What we have studied in the last class, children? Electric current and potential difference. What is electric current? It is the rate of flow of electric charges. Denoted by which letter? I letter. So I is equal to Q by T, rate of flow of charge, and unit of current is ampere. Unit of current is ampere. And which instrument we will use, children, to measure the current? Ammeter. Then we have studied potential difference. It is the difference between 2 points. If you take 2 points, how much work is done in bringing the charge, unit charge, from A point to B point, then it is called potential difference. Using which instrument we will get the potential difference or voltage? It is usually the battery group of cells. We will get it, and it will give the electric pressure to the charged particles, electrons, to flow through them, and the SI unit of potential difference is volt. And formula we have used to find the volt is potential difference is amount of work done in bringing the charge Q. It is W by Q. And which is the instrument we will use, children? Voltmeter is the instrument we will use to find the voltage or the potential difference. So this much we have studied, and we did some problems using this. Today we will learn what is the relationship between this current flowing through a conductor and the potential difference maintained at the ends of the conductor, so that it will get the electric current I. A German physicist, namely George Simon Ohm, he found the relationship between the potential difference and the current flowing through an conductor. The activity or the experiment we have to do to establish this relation, we will find the relation, the activity. What you need is, you need one simple electric circuit. So what you need, first we will use one single cell, then a key to make and break the circuit, conducting wire, and we need one different material through which will allow to flow the current. Nichrome, we will take here the alloy nichrome. It is actually alloy of nickel, chromium, manganese and iron. Okay, that is the alloy. Around half meter of the length we will take, and will connect it, the ends, to the conducting wire, and we will use ammeter to measure the current. Ammeter. And we want to see the potential difference also at the ends of this alloy. So across that ends we will connect the voltmeter. So this is the simple circuit used to find the relation between current flowing through this conductor nichrome and the ends of that nichrome wire. What is the potential difference? What is these two, I and V, what is the relation we have to find out, or the scientist Ohm, he found it. Now what we need is, we will pass the current through it having particular voltage. We have to measure it, current and voltage. In the second step, we have to use two cells. Instead of one cell, we will use two cells. We will change the voltage or potential difference. And then we have to measure the current flowing through this nichrome. Then 3 cells we have to use again in the circuit, measure the current. Then 4 cells. Okay, so step by step we have to do this. You need some table to write this readings. Some tabular column. Here number of cells, then potential difference, V, and here current flowing through it, electric current flowing through the nichrome, electric current, what is the symbol? I, and lastly we have to see the relation V by I, how much value we will get. V by I, the last column we have to do. First we have to use one cell, then number of cells will be 2, 3, 4. Usually we have the voltage, how much children in one cell? Usually 1.5 volt. Okay, and what is the current? If we use one cell, we have to do the see the ammeter and what is the current flowing through this nichrome. In the set of experiments done, I will write the readings. Here I am not doing the experiment, but already done by the experiment by others separately. I will give that readings. Okay, it is around, they got 0.3 ampere. It is in ampere. Okay, then they have we have to change the cell into 2. Change the cell into 2 instead of 1. 2 cells we have to use like this way. Then the voltage will be 3, 1.5 plus 1.5, 3 it is. At that time they got, the reading says it is around 0.6 ampere, 0.6 ampere. So in this way we will use 3 cell, they got 0.9 ampere and it is 6 volt. They got this one 1.2. Okay, now divide this V by I. 1.5 divided by 0.3. Find out the value. 1.5 divided by 0.3. How much? It is 15 by 3. If you multiply both numerator and denominator by 10, it will become 15 by 3 is equal to 5. Here 3.0 divided by 0.6. Again you will get 5 here. And it is 4.5. It's not divided by 0.9. Again 5 it is 1.2 divided by 6.0. V by I children, sorry, it is 6.0 divided by 1.2 is equal to 5. Now if you see this here, constant. What we got? V by I, we got constant in the experiment. Around 5 here got. Okay. Now what is this? How he expressed, Ohm expressed this relation in a law, Ohm's law it is called. Now what this says, what we find it, in a particular conductor, whenever you change the current flowing through it, the voltage also changed, or whenever you change the voltage, current also changed. Here if you observe, the voltage goes on increasing, the potential difference across these ends of this nichrome. At the same time, current also increases, right? They are directly proportional. current and voltage are directly proportional. So he has given like this way, the voltage V across the ends of the conductor is directly proportional to the current I flowing through that particular conductor. The current directly proportional, this is the symbol, is I. Voltage or the potential difference across the ends of the any conducting material is V is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, I. Okay. Now you can write the same mathematical term expression putting equal sign. B is equal to some constant R into I. It is the way of expressing the proportion in a equal sign, mathematics it is, okay. Or I can write V into I, bring this side, it will become divided by I is equal to constant. R is a constant. This is nothing but constant. For a given particular material, R is constant. So what is R here? He called the R, the constant V by I is nothing but resistance. It is called resistance of that particular conductor which we have taken in the circuit. Okay. So R is here. Here R is called resistance. Now why the word resistance came? Actually, current is what? It is flow of charges. Now when you apply the potential difference, it will provide some electric pressure, the battery or cell, to move the electric charge in the conductor and we will get the electric current. You have learned it. But is it easy for these charges, free electrons, to move in the conductor? Conductor is not hollow like a pipe where the water will flow easily in pipe, water pipe, right? But the metallic wire or the conductor is not hollow. It is solid and it is consisting of many atoms. If you take any metallic conductor, it is not hollow, it has many atoms. It has many atoms like this way, and here if I go on to do it, here the electrons, free electrons, they are moving randomly, but when the potential difference is applied, they have to move systematically here. So when they flow here, their flow is resisted by these atoms. It's the property of the conductor or any material through which current is, charge is flowing, the property of the metal to resist it. Okay, that resistance, that particular resist is called resistance. For the flow of charges, the conductor will provide some obstacle or it will not allow it to move so easily because it is dragged by these atoms. And their movement is restrained, the movement of the charged particles, electrons is restrained, the motion is retarded by these atoms, and that particular property of resisting the flow of charges by the metal or by the conductor is called resistance, and its unit is given by the term like this way, right? The symbol, it is called ohm, the SI unit of resistance. The unit of resistance is ohm. It is called ohm. Symbolically, we will write like this way. So, what is ohm? 1 ohm, R is equal to, it is V by I, ratio of potential difference and electric current it is, and it is R is 1. 1 ohm is equal to how much? How much it should be? In an conducting wire, if the potential difference is 1 volt, if it is 1 volt and the current is also how much? If it is 1 ampere, 1 ampere, voltage should be 1 volt. So 1 by 1 is 1. So resistance become 1 ohm. So 1 ohm is nothing but in a conductor, if the potential difference across its end is 1 volt and current flowing through that conductor is 1 ampere, then resistance offered by that conductor is exactly 1 ampere. Sorry, 1 ohm. Now, is resistance is same for all the material? It is not so. You have seen conductors, metals have very low resistance. That is the reason they conduct the electric current very easily. They allow the charges to flow little bit easily, and we have some other materials like alloys of the metals, like I said, no, nichrome, and they have little more resistance, appreciable value of resistance they have. Usually we call them as resistors. We call them resistors because they have sufficient amount of resistance. So they are called resistors. And some of the materials have high resistance. They are poor conductors of electric current. They are very bad conductors of electricity. Still very high resistance providing materials we have. It may be plastic, rubber, etc. You have seen, right? They won't allow the charged particles to flow them because their resistances, they will resist so highly that the charged particle cannot move through them. We call it as insulators. Okay, plastic, rubber, etc. That is the reason, because the charged particles, when we are working at home, it is high potential difference, 220 volt, very dangerous. Switches, when you touch to make and break the circuit, we will use the switches, right? So here, to stop the current to flow through them, to prevent it, the shock, it is made up of plastic because it has got high resistance. And usually when we work with electric appliances, we have to use rubber slipper to prevent the bad shock. Okay, so these are the things in the practical use you have seen. It's all about the resistance. And now we'll solve one or two problems to understand this. And before solving, if you draw the graph of this value in a graph taking current along the x-axis and the potential difference along the y-axis, and if you write the measurement here like it is 0, 0.1, 0.2, etc. Here you can take 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. volt here. It is ampere. Almost you will get the line starting from 0. It will become increasing. You will get the straight line of this type. The V by I. You will get a straight line. Graph it will do. Shall we solve some problems, children? Take one problem or see your textbook. If you have the textbook, open the textbook, page number 102. We'll solve the problems because it's very important formula. But the formula, try to remember this. R is equal to V by I. Based on this, we'll solve the problem. Take the problem. How much current? It is page number 102. Okay. How much current? How much current will an electric bulb? Will an electric bulb draw from 220 volt. Draw from a 220 volt source. Source means electric current, potential difference which will provide, okay. If the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm. How much current will an electric bulb draw? You have to find the current. How much current is drawing? So what we have to find? I we have to find. Before that we will write what is given. If draw the electric current from 220 volt source. 220 volt source is what? V means what it is? Potential difference. So potential difference or in other words voltage you can write. Symbol is V is equal to how much? It is 220 volt. Then what is given? Resistance of the filament of the bulb. Symbol is for resistance. What is the symbol? Yes, R is equal to how much they are given? Resistance 1200 ohm. 1200 ohm. What we have to find out? How much current will an electric bulb draw? How much current? Therefore, current drawn by the bulb or flowing through the bulb. Okay. Symbol is current I. What do you need? Ampere it is. So which formula we have to use, children? We have to work out that side. I will work out here. R is equal to V by I formula. R how much? 1200 is equal to V value we know 220 by I. So I bring this side, divide I become into, it is 1200 into I is equal to 220 or I is equal to 220 by 1200. Divide by 10, divide by 2 table 11, 60. So I is equal to 11 by 60. Change into decimal form. Around we will get how much? It is around 0.18 ampere. 0.18 ampere if we divide. So this is the way we can solve the problem. Shall we solve one more problem, children? You have to do now the potential difference between between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt. When it draws a current of 4 ampere. A current of 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt. 120 volt. Okay. Now, first step, potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is given and current is also given. 60 volt potential difference and current is 4 ampere. Now, what we don't know, what is not given in the problem, resistance. Here, our work is in the second stage, in the second step, we have to find the current. Potential difference is given, current we have to find. They are not asked about the resistance, right? But we have to find the resistance first, then we will find using that current, okay? Here first step, voltage is given, current is given. Using that one, we will find the resistance. And using that resistance, because it is fixed to a given conductor, it won't change, we will use that resistance to find out the current when the voltage is given, when the potential difference is given, right? So, in the first case, what is given? Potential difference is given, V is given, how much it is? Potential difference, V is, where is the potential difference? 60 volt, okay? It is 60 volt, it is potential difference. Potential difference. Current, electric current flowing through that, I is equal to, how much they are given? 4 electric heater, 60 watt, it draws the current 4 ampere. So, what we have to find? Therefore, the resistance of the heater. What is the symbol for resistance? R is equal to, what is the formula? R is equal to V by I. So, R is equal to, what is the voltage here? 60 volt, potential difference is 60 volt and current is 4. 4 ones are 4, 15s are 60. So, resistance is equal to 15 ohm, right? Now, we got a resistance. And using this resistance in the second stage, when potential difference is given, resistance we found out, we find the R by the formula R is equal to V by I. So, this is the first stage. In the second stage, what is given? The potential difference is given. Potential difference is how much? Now, V is equal to how much? 120 volt. Therefore, current I is equal to, what is the formula? What is the formula, children? R is equal to V by I, or I is equal to V by R. So, it is 120, R is 15, we know. We will simplify. 5 3s are, 5 2s are 10, 20, 5 4s are 3 1s are 3 8s are. So I is equal to 8. What is 8? Ampere. 8 ampere. So in this way we can find the current or the voltage whenever resistance is given. So you know now what the relationship between voltage and potential difference and current. R is equal to V by I, and it's a very important formula. Much more about the resistance, how it will change, how it is related to other factors, we'll learn in the next class. Thank you, children.